Listener discretion is advised.
It's time for another Steel Revolution podcast. Please keep in mind that the opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the individuals, and they do not reflect any official view of the United Steelworkers, USW Local 105, or its officers or sub-board members for officers.
Hello, podcast listeners, and welcome to Steel Revolution 121.
No, that's my deal. Oh, no, I do 121, don't I?
Yeah.
It's been a while, all right?
Wow.
I'll
We'll
see
get there.
myself
We'll
out.
get there, Sean. We'll get there.
121. Sorry.
You are on your C game today.
I told you it was a C game today.
We're below a C.
I'm about to see my way out. You see what I did there? I'll just stop. See you later.
I'm Roy Hutt.
Mike Nicholas.
Sean Geisens
Lee Schaefer.
with a C. Got a C in your name, don't you?
Schaefer?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No.
Oh.
He does now.
We are off the rails already.
Did you expect any less?
No.
Totally just lost my train of thought.
It's all right. Well, yeah, off the rails.
Yeah.
No train.
Yeah.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, I put that softball up to you, Sean,
Thank you.
for that one.
Knocked it out, didn't I?
Yep.
You keep losing it?
You have
I'm
nothing?
I had it and was like, oh yeah, we're just going to keep on going. Going to sound good. And
And then the dumpster fire comes along.
Yep. Well, we'll get to some plant news.
121.
On July 21st, 2-1.
Yes. 721.
Yep. So big news happening at the plant. We will be getting a new plant manager that'll be in next week. Technically takes over on August 1st. And I think he's already made some improvements, I would say.
Oh, I would agree already.
Already some change in, I don't know, there's an overall change in the feeling. Manager showing up to more stuff. I know he wants people to be out on the floor.
Like you said, it's just an overall feeling already. And I think it's because of what he brings, or what he demands.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like some people in management may be finally held accountable. Possibly?
We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, he seems like he is not going to hold back and he's going to hold people accountable. Said to us in meetings that, we're going to celebrate when we do good, but when we're not, we're going to have tough decisions. I look at that as that's going to be all sides. So
You bet.
while there'll definitely be improvement, he's asking for people to be out on the floor more, managers to be out on the floor more, coaches to be out on the floor more. There's going to be more eyes out there. So just say, if you have issues, make sure you're bringing it up to people. Make sure you're letting your union reps know those issues. And, on the flip side, make sure you're wearing your PPE and you're doing what you need to do.
Yeah, like Roy said, make sure there's going to be more eyes. Make sure you're wearing your PPE. Make sure you're filling out your pre-ops. Make sure you're actually doing the pre-ops. Again, more eyes can be good. More eyes can be bad in some ways. But do what we need to do.
Yeah, and to add to the eyes, we're gonna have more people around, and the more people out on the floor. Not only salary wise, but the outside consultants might be making their way down to other areas of the plant, or making their way west to flat sheet or coil sheet and IPS and wherever else, maybe even plate mill. So, I mean, the best thing you can do is just do your job, and hopefully they don't stay long. But to speaking of consultants,
What you do in Initech is you take the specifications from the customers and you bring them down to the software engineers.
Yes, that's right. Well, then I just have to ask, why couldn't the customers just take them directly to the software people, huh? Well, I'll tell you why. Because engineers are not good at dealing with customers.
So,
Or
you
Mike Nicholas.
physically take the specs from the customer?
Well, no, my secretary does that, or they're faxed.
So then you must physically bring them to the software people.
Well, no. Yeah, I mean, sometimes.
What would you say you do here?
Well, look, I already told you. I deal with the goddamn customers so the engineers don't have to. I have people skills. I am good at dealing with people. Can't you understand that? What the hell is wrong with you people?
Well, that's coming to a PC or a production center near you.
Did you record that from Engit?
Wow.
Oh, you're setting me up to get in trouble, aren't you? My phone accidentally was on when I was walking through the offices. I don't know. Mike gets along with engineers.
Why would you think any other way?
You're Mr. Nice Guy.
I am. That's what everybody calls me. Lee gave me that nickname.
Yep.
Nothing but nice, Mike.
Yep.
Yeah.
But nice Mike. Yeah.
Well, that's one of them.
One of many.
Reminder, we do have business meeting scheduled for August 15th. Board and committee person meeting will be moved to August 8th because of the Union Golf Tournament. So it'll be moved from Thursday to Tuesday of that week. Little update here. We had to cancel the meeting this month, business meeting, due to the parking lot. Sounds like late next week, either Wednesday or Thursday, the final crew, the asphalt crew, will be in, setting everything to finish grade, and then hopefully laying the asphalt real soon. So hopefully we'll be done next week. Be watching the Facebook page. There'll be times where the parking lot will probably be shut, or watch if one of the entrances is blocked. You can use the other one. But hopefully we'll get that big project done here, at least the asphalt work here next week. And then the final crew will come back, finish the grading around the building, and sure up that we don't get any more water in the building, and then we'll be good to move on to the next project.
You think the project manager's done a pretty good job, Mike? Or?
I think the project manager's been amazing this time.
Thanks, Mike.
No problem, Roy.
I wanted Mike have a chance to really explain how he feels.
No, I mean, it sounds like you've got some problems. I would like to know what projects you've gotten done.
Who said I have a problem?
Or even started,
Why are you?
Lee.
Why are you? Oh, I didn't say anything.
I would agree, Roy.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything. I just asked Mike how he felt.
Were you a project manager one time?
We can read between the lines.
No, I didn't say anything.
We can read between the lines.
You didn't see me put any texts out about things, did you? That was Michael.
It's called about accountability, Lee. I know you know nothing about it.
I could tell in the tone of your voice where you were going with it.
Okay.
There it is.
There it is.
Let's get back on track.
All right.
Grievance answers for the third level grievances held in May have been received. So if you haven't gotten your answer, your committeeman will have that. The only answers we are waiting for is 3 wage grievances. The company rep was supposed to be getting with our international wage rep. So we are waiting to hear back on those 3 grievances. And Lee, remind me which ones they are.
Plate mill equipment operator.
Is it Mill A?
Drawing a blank now.
Plate mill Mill A?
There's an equipment. There's 2 plate.
Yeah,
right?
there's 2 plate mill.
Equipment
yeah.
operator, mill A, I believe.
And then what was the final?
I cannot recall offhand.
Come on.
Man, the wage guy.
Yep, and wait, yeah.
I mean,
We want to talk about project managers, but can't even list the wage grievances. You just interrupt when it comes to you.
Yes. We don't have to worry about him interrupting. Don't worry about it.
it's,
We have arbitration dates for the 30th and 31st.
Wait, hey. I think it's coming to him. Oh, forget it.
Arbitration dates on the 30th and 31st of August. Reminder that all terminations rise to the top. We currently, when we began looking at them, had 5, and we're working our way through those 5 to see how many will actually go to arbitration. Reminder to always have your attendance records ran when you return from absences. Update on the board charge. There's not really much of an update. I will say most of us are going to be reaching out to our board agent just to ask if there's anything else they need at the time, because we haven't heard back from them. Be doing that today just to see if there's anything else or if they're progressing. But, especially like mine, still don't have access to our attendance records or any reports for our hours. So, I don't, more of the company not following through with what they agreed to a contract.
yeah. I guess I've had a few people ask exactly what happens with board charges. I think it's important that people know that that's one reason we need to pay attention to the PRO Act. The PRO Act would actually give more teeth to these board charges and give monetary fines. Right now, the only thing that'll happen is, they'll correct the action, what's going on, and then make the company post something. Unfortunately, that's how the law is right now. So that's, no one wants to talk about politics a lot, but I believe the PRO Act is very important, especially in that aspect, to actually hold companies accountable and hit them where it counts their pockets.
Reminder, we do have contract books in. They were given to all the committee persons. So if you haven't got one, get with your committee person and they'll be able to give you your contract book. Reminder, you get a lot of questions about Apollo, and we've talked to upper management in the company and heard what they've had to say, that it's pretty much going to be one of 2 things. Either they're going to come in, they're going to invest in the mill and have more jobs, better equipment, or they're not going to do that and they're going to squeeze everything they can out of it. And with contract coming up here in a few years, there's no easier way to squeeze than labor. So, and our costs. So, I would be saving your money and preparing for the next contract.
Hey, Labs was the other one.
Thanks, Lee.
Now you can go back to that.
I can relax because I was thinking hard. I was like, what was the other one?
Wow.
Thank you, Sean.
Okay.
You're welcome, buddy.
Reminder, the Union Golf Tournament is August 10th. $50 a person or $200 a team. Arrive at 8 a.m. and the shotgun start is 8:30 a.m. Deadline is the 2nd of August to submit your team, and we still have plenty of spots from the last I've heard.
Yep.
Kind of like a rapid response news, there's a lot of infrastructure improvements happening all around the country. And in Iowa, there's big projects, Alliant Energy, $750 million project, Mid-American, $3.9 billion project. Waterloo has projects on roads, $20 million. Eastern Iowa Airport and Cedar Rapids improvements, looks like $20 million. Iowa Department of Transportation, 15 million. U.S. Corps of Engineers, Upper Mississippi River System, 829 million. Like, all that's from the infrastructure bill that was passed. And if you hear people, especially like Ashley Hinson, Northern Iowa, not sure if any of our employees or any of our members live up that direction. She's, I think, mainly around Dubuque, isn't she, Lee?
Yeah.
We might have a few, she's saying not to use all this money, and then all it's going to do is hurt businesses and hurt workers in her district by not taking the funds from the infrastructure bill.
Yeah, I think we need to pay attention to who actually voted for the infrastructure bill. We have some representatives trying to take credit when they actually voted the bill down. So, again, no one likes to talk about politics, but when you go to vote, you got to watch who's voting on what and make sure they're voting in your best interest.
Yeah, we talked too last time when we came back from Rapid Response. We talked about the leveling the playing field, making it easier to go after China and other countries that subsidize their manufacturing and then dump their product into the U.S. market and hurt U.S. workers. The steelworkers will be filing, if they haven't already, a trade case for shipbuilding. Said that China here says, U.S. was once a global leader. Today they're turning out fewer than 10 ocean-going vessels a year, while China builds more than 1,000. So when you talk about, our jobs and national security, we need to build more ships here. So the steelworkers will be filing a trade case on that, and would say the only reason the steelworkers can file a trade case on that without help from a company is because of how many people they represent. And about each trade case cost a lot of money, like maybe into the millions of dollars.
Yep.
And when you think about it, tariffs and that, we saw an uptick in business when tariffs went in on steel and aluminum. So very important.
Yep, sure is.
All right, Lee, do you want to give a free college update?
So, unfortunately, the free college benefit has been terminated or isn't going to be going on anymore. I know several people that actually got some good things out of the free college benefit, and unfortunately, they're not going to do it anymore. What we have seen is an opportunity for people to go on to Union Plus. They will have some opportunities on there for reduced or discounted classes in schooling. So I encourage everyone to go to there to see what's going on. I believe the USW will be putting something out more specific towards that with Union Plus. So as soon as we get something, we'll share it with everyone.
Thanks, Lee. On FMLA, the company is coming down harder on FMLA, or what they view as FMLA abuse. So they're doing a lot of research. If you get asked to research, you need to take your paperwork back to your doctor, get that turned in. Even if they send something to your doctor with days that you've missed and ask the doctor if the doctor thinks that matches their diagnosis. Let's say you can use 4 days a month. In what they sent to the doctor, there's some 5, maybe a 6, and the doctor approves all of them, says, yeah, that's fine, but your doctor goes ahead and still puts 4 for the estimated frequency. Once the company gets that, they're going to give you hits for anything over 4. So it's be your responsibility to go back to your doctor, see if you can get papers signed by them saying that your doctor feels that it's within his diagnosis and they cover it, and then get that to us, and we'll get to the company and we'll see if we can get that turned around. But they are going to give you hits for anything over your estimated frequency, which may not be right, but you'll have the opportunity to have your doctor say that it does, or it should be covered. Also, a reminder with FMLA, if you're out on short-term disability, the hours that, or the days that you are gone, count against your FMLA allotment. So if you happen to be out 3 months for short-term disability, when you come back, you will not have any FMLA, most likely. American Income Life did have some people have phone calls to the hall saying that some representatives were calling them and they didn't wish to not be contacted anymore. We do have a contact with them, and if you are being bothered, then just give us a call and we'll reach out to the company rep and get that stopped. The A.F. Kojatinsky scholarships.
Got it.
Man, that
You
was
got it.
impressive. Yeah.
So thanks.
Maybe you should say it at the union meetings now instead
That's
of
the
Yes.
seeing Pat struggle.
that's the first nice thing you've said to me today, Lee. I
Oh.
appreciate that.
Lee needs to be nicer.
Yeah.
Wait, you don't have one of those sound effects?
No, I do not. If I did, I wouldn't do that for you.
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
I could just
That's cool. That's cool.
I got that,
Wow.
buddy.
I can just hear the next time I'm in. Man, why you guys pick on that Lee so
I
much?
know, right?
That's, trust me, that's not going to happen.
And I say he deserves every bit of it, and they go, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I get that."
We understand.
Lee, I'm just messing with you, buddy.
I know.
All right, friend.
Don't worry.
But Lee was a princess when he came in here, Sean.
Welcome back, princess.
Finally, somebody else.
Who set up my microphone?
And apparently, I'm the princess, Mike Nicholas.
I can't figure out how to tighten it down.
That was the case.
See?
Someone set me up is what it was. And there's only one person to blame.
Who would that be?
Yourself.
No, Sean. You set these up, didn't you, Sean?
I did.
Okay.
The right way.
Thank you.
It's never your fault, is it, Lee?
Never.
Not this time.
Mine, I didn't have a problem with mine. How about you, Roy?
I didn't have a problem.
Same here.
Okay.
Whatever.
Let's move on.
All right, friend.
All right, what's new with safety, Mike?
So nothing really new. Just like we talked earlier, a lot more eyes on the floor, a lot more people on the floor, starting with safety stars, safety reps, all the way up to the plant manager. Just make sure you're wearing your PPE, you're filling out your pre-ops, you're following the work instructions. If there's a problem with any of those, get a hold of your steward, get a hold of your committee person. And then the one that a lot of people have talked to me about, I know Roy and I have both been working on it, the pigeon crap everywhere. The company assures us they are getting people out there to clean it. They say they have a schedule for FSD out there, and they're bringing in Johnson Contracting. We need to know if you see improvements, if you see it getting worse in your areas, talk to your committee person, talk to your bargaining rep. We need those areas. I know the contractor's ready to work as long as they get the PO. They haven't got the PO yet. So if you see areas getting worse or you see areas that you don't think we've addressed, get a hold of us. So.
It's great to clean, but it's
gotta
not
get
a
rid of
solution. We will be pushing for the solution to come. So before, hopefully, anybody gets seriously ill because of working in these
This time.
conditions.
Yeah.
This time. Yep.
If you are getting ready to retire and have some questions, feel free to call the hall and talk to Dan, the office manager. He is a good resource for anything retirement, Medicare, all that stuff. And his hours are 6:30 to 2:30 Monday through Friday. Something that I ran into with a couple people lately is if you are going to retire, just remember you have to retire on the first of the month. You cannot retire on the 2nd or the 4th or at the end of the month. You have to retire on the 1st.
Yep. And it's also a good idea coming up then over the next month. We have other meetings we have to go to. Some people will be in and out. So call down here, make an appointment. If you're going to come see a bargaining rep or Dan, make sure that person's going to be here before you drive all the way down here.
At Steelworker News, the Owens Illinois Glass Works in Quebec, Canada, ended a nearly 8-week strike. They ratified a contract, and their contract, a little bit that I could get off the internet, has similar wage increases to what we got. News from Minnesota and why it pays to have labor-friendly people in politics, or at least at the governor and the state legislature, is some stuff that Minnesota passed, and it's they have a ban on non-compete clauses, a ban on captive audience meetings. While unions are organizing, Lee, you saw the impacts of that, right?
Absolutely, very, very, very effective.
Yep.
Very effective.
So very, very effective into changing people's minds on.
Yeah,
No,
I
you
mean,
bet.
when you shut down the plant and say, "Hey, you have to go to these meetings and listen to the garbage that they tell, the absolute lies."
And shut your mouth. And,
Yep.
Yep.
Can't ask questions.
Yep.
Yeah, we saw a huge change in Lancaster. I can tell you that.
Well, they also established a first in the nation state level ergonomics requirement. So of course
Wow.
that's good for safety.
Absolutely.
Especially when you think of, they mentioned it here, your meat packing plants and other stuff that's repetitive motion. We get that out here even,
Right.
with some of
Yeah.
our injuries.
Yep.
They have greater protection for workers on wage theft, guaranteed all workers paid sick and safe days, empowered teachers to negotiate class sizes, industrial-wide pay and benefits for nursing home workers. Just a bunch of good worker laws going into effect there in Minnesota.
It's just funny seeing that, empowering teachers to negotiate over class size. Compare that to what our teachers can do here. Just, and you wonder why teachers are leaving the state and going to places like Minnesota where they can have better jobs and benefits and more.
Saying what they do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, all the teachers can bargain for here is wages, and it's capped at, I believe, 3%. And you can't go any higher than that. What else going on? There is a possible upcoming strike at UPS, so we'll be watching that and seeing what happens going forward. Also, a writers and actors strike. First time since,
Yeah.
what do we say, the 60s?
Yeah,
I think
something
it was
like that.
68 or
Yeah.
something like that.
They're both on strike, yeah.
Yeah. So, again, a lot of union activity. A lot of people standing up for themselves and for their coworkers.
Yeah.
Something that we told the company today, or Lee did, right? Better start
Yeah.
following our contracts and quit acting like there's not these rules and contractual language in place and agreements that has been here since before people with 2 years in HR has been here, and we have to argue over things that people know or should know better. Lee told him today, hey, you keep it up, it's going to be bad news at next contract
Yeah,
if we can't depend on you guys to follow what we agreed to. Again, probably a lot of what we filed board charges on.
Yeah. I still say change that sign to 2 years of success or whatever.
Yeah.
That thing's
Yeah.
75.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't even mention the celebration, and I'm
Yeah.
not going to any further than that. It's we were not involved, not one bit, not one, what do you think of this idea, nothing, and go make it very clear that me or my family will not be going. I'm not going to go and go to something that not all of our coworkers can participate in.
Yep.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Don't want to go spend a hot August Saturday in the plant and get all sweaty and gross, and then go right up to TBK for an hour and a half to spend time with your family. That doesn't cut it for me. They could have done better, and they didn't even ask for any ideas from us.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I could go on and on about it. But one thing about the celebrations we always had, I thought something was really cool is just taking a tour.
Yeah.
Taking a tour with your plant, through the plant, showing your family where you work.
Well, they did their best back then to make everything inclusive. If you were working, you got time
Sure.
to come
Yeah, I
out
mean,
and
that's-
meet your
yep.
family, and this is definitely not inclusive.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
That's more of, that's change I hope that's coming. That what we have heard or what I have heard through managers is, our new plant manager, Jeff Wida, wants this place to be someplace where you can take some pride in and needs to look good and needs to have an appearance, that, things are kept up in your work areas and, working in pigeon shit and having tons of lights that are out or low because of being dirty or oil on them and just a really unkept look is not something I want to brag about to my family.
Yeah.
And hopefully with Jeff, that stuff's going to change. It's going to be more like when we hired in,
Yeah.
where you did have a feeling about that. Right, Sean?
Correct.
All right. Anything else? Anything I forgot?
If I can bring some up real quick is, so I just want to remind everyone to any cans or bottles, make sure you're putting them in the proper boxes, barrels, whatever. Just as a reminder, that money does go towards Christmas Basket Fund. So before you know it, that'll be rolling around. So just kind of want to remind everyone to make sure you're putting that in there.
Do you have a concern over the price this year since North Scott Foods is not North Scott Foods anymore?
Well, so it's Hy-Vee now. One of the guys on the committee did reach out to who's running that now. They said they still want to work with us. So we'll see if there is competitive, with the pricing. We'll just kind of have to wait and see. But yeah, I mean, obviously you have your concerns when the place you used to work with is no longer there. So
yeah.
Hopefully they try to come in at the prices we or you guys were getting.
yeah, I mean, they say they're going to work with us.
We'll see.
I hear that all the time, every day.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully.
All right. Hey, Sean,
Hello.
where can people find us?
They can find us on our Facebook page at Steel Revolution Podcast, USW, Loco 105, Apple Podcast app for the iPads and iPhones and what have you. Podcast Addict for Android devices, the Android app, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio app, the Spotify app, YouTube, Odyssey app, Libsyn.com, the Locals website, and the men's restroom here at Local 105.
So, Sean, let me ask you.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
So you're telling me if I was to live in, say, Cape Girardeau,
Yes.
I could still listen to this podcast?
Yes, you could. And why don't you go down there, okay?
Well, I'd need a tour.
Why'd you go down there and never come back?
I got your back, Jason.
Man,
Thank you, Mike.
I'd have to go see the statue.
Of?
You? Yeah.
No,
has it
there-
just perfect.
We've had this discussion before. There is not one. You know what? When I get a statue of me with a microphone in the hand, I want one with you and a donut in your hand. How about that?
Fair deal.
How do you know there not already is one?
Oh, touche. Where's that one at?
I believe it's in this living room.
I don't know why you have to lash out. I'm like giving you a legit compliment. And
No,
your accomplishments
Backhanded
in the
compliment?
radio
Backhanded.
industry.
Thank you, Michael.
In the radio industry,
Yeah,
your accomplishments.
Well,
Getting a statue for that.
once again, there's not one of me anywhere.
Just saying.
Maybe in your head, I'm living there
Maybe
rent
Lee,
free.
maybe
apparently.
Lee wants there to be one.
Yeah, I think there should be.
I don't know why you do this to me. I've been nothing but nice to you.
Got another
See?
nothing but nice guy.
Yeah.
I want one with a chamois in your hand. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. How does that go?
I don't remember.
Oh,
that's
yes, you
that,
do.
that's a former life, Sean.
Oh.
Miracle Car Wash.
Okay. So is mine. How about that?
Oh yeah, but yours is a legacy.
Legacy. I got a leg for you.
Wow.
That's all I got. It's tough to. I told you it's a C day going into it.
Yeah.
All right, then.
On that note,
Don't forget to say something good about your union.
every day.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Steel Revolution is a podcast by USW Local 105, Bettendorf, Iowa.